Hey everybody, I'm Terry P. Welcome back to my makeup table. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Florida. It is absolutely gorgeous and I'm going to get ready for the day. So I don't have a whole lot of time, but I did want to go over some of the additional E.L.F. products that I've been using the last couple of days since I've gotten my little E.L.F. haul. And I actually said that it was a small haul, but it's not a small haul at all. No joke intended. It's quite a large haul. I didn't realize how much I actually ordered, and I have so many things still left to test out. So here I go. First of all, I ordered 2 tinted moisturizers. Don't know what the names are, because if that is the label, it's so doggone small and my eyes are so doggone old that I can't read it. So I know one is an apricot and one is more of a pinky beige. So I wanted to try an orangey beige and I wanted to try a pinky beige to see what looked. I applied the tinted moisturizer 2 days ago and I did not like the feeling of it on my skin at all. It felt very, very oily and it was very shiny. And even though I know luminescence is quite fashionable now, I don't feel that it looks that attractive on my particular skin. I love to do it with models for editorial shoots, especially if the sun is coming on the face. I love the look of it. I just don't like a shiny look on me. And then also living in Florida now, you can get hot, and my skin does have a tendency to go a little oily in the T-zone, so I kind of prefer a more matte look and add the luminosity. Today I used both colors on my face, and then I used without a moisturizer, and then I used powder over it, and I quite like the finish. I think it's really nice. It gave me a little bit of coverage. It's very, very natural. But what I actually do like this product for, whoopsie, I just dropped some stuff. It's nothing I need right now. I ended up just testing it out on my whole hand. Because it has SP 15, I thought, well gosh, you know, that's a great thing to do with a tinted moisturizer, is to use it on the tops of my hands. So when I'm driving now and so forth, I've got a little bit of coverage, I've got moisture, and I love it for this. I think it's really, really a neat product for this. So I'm going to give it a thumbs down for the face. Unless you want a really super, super light, very natural look. It does not give a lot of coverage at all. So I'm not really quite sure what the purpose is, unless you're going to use it as a sunscreen underneath your foundation. I'm sure that would be nice. But I find that it has a little bit of a chalky consistency when it goes on. And I'm just not a big fan of it for the face. But I love it for the hands. So you could throw this in your purse, and you know, us ladies who have to be careful of the sun, and we want to hide just a little bit of dark spots on our hands and so forth, it's really nice for that. So moving on, I purchased 2 concealer brushes, and they came, again, I'm gonna make some recommendations, but they came in these little plastic sleeves, and one is a small concealer brush and one is a foundation brush. So they're both synthetic. They are what you would expect from a synthetic brush. I was feeling like this one is pretty much identical to the concealer brush that comes with the Zit Zapper that I reviewed the other day, except that it's shorter. So that's really the only difference. But the bristles, wow, my eyes are so bad. Sorry about that, guys. This is what you have to look forward to when you can't see anymore. But anyway, the bristles are a little bit longer on the Zit Zapping brush and a little bit more precise on the white brush. Now, the package says that it's ergonomically designed for the perfect application. And I'd have to tell you that I do like it as a bit of a finishing concealer brush. So my recommendation would be that you use a concealer brush that's a little bit longer in bristle length. And this is what you would put your first application of concealer on. Now this is a palette that I really love it because it's got so many colors that you can, you know, mix and match and really color match your own skin. But what I like to do is use a little bit of a bigger brush and really work it, especially here and here where, again, us more mature ladies have a tendency to get a little bit thin here, and darkness will show through there. So for a much brighter eye, I really do like placing the concealer here too. And then I kind of drag it across underneath, very smoothly under my eye, because I use Latisse. So Latisse is awesome. I call it the crack for women. I just will probably never stop using it. I love it so much. My lashes are pretty incredible because of using it. But it has left a little discoloration on the top of my eyelid, and sometimes even I see a little bit of a brown tint under my eyes. So I like to go all the way across with my concealer, and that kind of works as double duty, almost as if you're using a shadow base. So when you go under your eye with your shadow, which I like to use a really light sparkly shadow under my eyes. I don't do a lot under my eyes. I just really love that you've got the concealer now and it grabs. Anyway, getting back to the concealer brush. So I would recommend that you first put your concealer on with a nice long, very soft concealer brush. It is also synthetic. Then I suggest going in and perfecting with this little guy, because he doesn't have enough bristles. Notice I'm calling him he. If it's a superior brush, I'll probably call it she. But if it's an inferior brush, I think I'm going to call it him, he. Anyway, it's not a bad brush. Don't get me wrong. It was $1, so how could it be bad? But you do want to maybe refine with this brush. And of course, if you want to touch any kind of blemish or anything like that, it's really, really good for that. And there's a little technique that I do use for my own eyes, as well as, you know, really pretty much any person I might be working on. And that is to brighten the eye. You just go in with a little concealer here and here. Now, what that's going to do later is, again, it's going to act like a shadow base. So if you want to come in here and do a little sparkle, which I really like to do, especially for evening, I like to put just a little sparkle there. It opens up the eye, it brightens up the eye quite a lot. Sometimes we are doing a lot of luminescence through here, a shimmery iridescent powder in like a highlighter color. I love that look. I think it's really, really fashionable right now. I think with high definition cameras and so forth, it looks really beautiful, very doe-like to place your shimmer right here. However, that's not a great look for more mature skin because we have a little bit of crepiness through here. So just kind of to flip it a little bit, I will sometimes place the shimmer here, and it gives us a little bit of a different look with a little shimmer. I also ordered. It is synthetic, so it's got some firm bristles to it, which means that you're really going to go over your makeup or to apply your foundation. What I like about this brush is that you can knock off the edges and not be afraid that you've got any line of demarcation. Now, you shouldn't have a line of demarcation if you're using the right color foundation, the right color powder, the right concealing system, whatever it might be that you're using. But you really do want to take this brush and knock off all the edges of your makeup so that it looks more natural. I like it especially for around the nose, and then you can also smooth everything down around your eyes. So this feels I actually want to show you the difference between some foundation brushes. I like this brush because it is retractable, right? So I like it to carry in my purse. I like it for my kit especially. It has quite long bristles, but they're very, very dense. So it's going to be a nicer brush. Oopsie. Sorry about that. Let me put this down. So it's going to be a nice, long, dense brush to really do the spreading around of a foundation that you want. So if you are someone who works with, your color on your hand, you're just going to dab it in and work it over your face. Again, I really like to use foundation brushes to knock off that excess foundation. I don't really use them to apply foundation. It's just not something I do. I really like my fingers for myself on my own face, and then I like to use a cosmetic sponge when I'm applying makeup, mainly because I can bend it. I can really get into areas. I feel pretty good about that. Now, something I did want to mention that I'm such a little green recycler kind of person, hippy-dippy, I guess you could say. So what I like about these cases that came with the E.L.F. brushes is you can take this little paper sleeve out, and now you've got some carrying cases for your brushes too. So don't throw these away, especially if you're a professional makeup artist. You can throw these into your kit. You can also label them per client, per job. So if you are saying, oh, I use this brush on Annie today, you can label it with a little bit of tape and slide her brushes in and then take them to set with you. So I kind of like these little sleeves. Gosh, these were worth $1, right? So I'm very happy with the brushes. I'm going to give them a pretty good thumbs up. So now that I've gone over my concealing, my foundation, the tinted moisturizer, we're going to just move on with a couple of makeup tips.